I was there when the love ended, and something worse began. You think I'm just a couch, a slab of fabric and foam, a place for popcorn crumbs and lazy Sunday naps. But I remember everything. The first time they sat on me, legs tangled, laughter spilling like sunlight through the window. They picked me together, argued over my color, then made up with a kiss that left a warmth in my cushions for days. Back then, I was the heart of their home. Movie nights, pizza boxes, whispered secrets pressed into my seams. I held them both, their hopes and their exhaustion, their dreams and their disappointments. I was their safe place, their soft landing after long days. I thought I'd be that forever. But love, I've learned, is a fragile thing. It stains easily. The laughter faded first. It didn't leave all at once. It just got quieter, like someone turning down the volume on a song you used to love. The silences grew heavier, pressing into my stuffing until I thought I might burst. I felt the tremble of her shoulders as she cried into my armrest, the way he sat on my edge, staring at the wall, fists clenched in his lap. Sometimes one of them would sleep on me, curled up small, as if trying to disappear. Then came the new scent, sharp, unfamiliar, clinging to the air long after the front door closed. I knew it wasn't hers, or his. I knew what it meant, even if I wished I didn't. I wanted to scream, to shake them awake, to beg them to see what was happening right here. On me. But I am just a couch. I can only absorb, never act. The night everything shattered, I felt it in my frame. Voices rose, words like knives, accusations and denials ricocheting off the walls. A glass of red wine flew. I still wear the stain, dark and ugly, right where her hand trembled. He stormed out, the door slamming so hard I thought my legs might snap. She collapsed onto me, sobbing, her tears soaking through to my core. After that, the house was quiet. Too quiet. Days passed, dust settled. The stain remained, a wound I couldn't heal. Sometimes she'd sit on me, silent, staring at nothing. Sometimes he'd come back, just to grab something, never looking my way. I missed the weight of them together, the way they used to fit, the way I used to feel like home. I wish I could forget. I wish I could scrub away the memories, the scent of betrayal, the echo of their laughter before it curdled into pain. I wish I could be just a couch again, nothing more. But I am the place where it all fell apart. I am the witness, the confessor, the graveyard of their love. I carry their secrets in my stuffing, their heartbreak in my springs, and that stain, that one stubborn, ugly mark, I would erase it if I could. But some things, once absorbed, never truly leave. You sit on me now, maybe thinking I'm just a piece of furniture. But I know better. I was there when the love ended, and something worse began. And I will remember, long after you've forgotten. Sometimes, late at night, I still feel the ghost of her weight pressed into my cushions, the way she used to curl up and tuck her knees beneath her chin. I remember the way her fingers would trace absent-minded circles on my armrest, searching for comfort in the fabric when words failed her. I remember the way he'd drop onto me after work, shoulders heavy, sighing so deep it rattled my frame. There was a time when their bodies fit together perfectly, a tangle of limbs and laughter, warmth radiating through every thread. I was proud to hold them, to be the stage for their small, ordinary joys. But now, every creak in my springs is a memory trying to claw its way back to the surface. I can't forget the night she came home late, her perfume mingling with that sharp foreign scent. She sat on me in the dark, silent, her phone glowing in her hand. I felt her heart pounding through her skin, the way she flinched at every sound from the hallway. When he finally walked in, the air turned electric, brittle, dangerous. Words spilled, fast and jagged, slicing through the quiet. I felt every tremor, every shudder, every desperate plea. The wine glass shattered, and for a moment I thought time itself had split. The stain bloomed across my fabric, hot and sticky, a wound that would never heal. He left, slamming the door so hard my legs shook. She stayed, sobbing until her breath came in ragged gasps, her tears soaking through to my core. I wanted to hold her, to offer comfort, but all I could do was absorb her pain, let it seep into my stuffing, heavy and unrelenting. Days blurred together after that. The house emptied out, sunlight creeping across my surface like an apology. She stopped sitting on me. He never came back. Dust settled in the corners, and the stain, that ugly, accusing mark, grew darker with every passing day. I became invisible, a relic of a life that no longer existed. Sometimes strangers would come, glance at me, wrinkle their noses at the smell of old sorrow, and move on. No one wanted a couch that remembered too much. But I remember everything. I remember the love, the laughter, the betrayal, the pain. I remember the way they looked at each other, once so full of hope, and later so full of hurt. I remember the promises whispered into my cushions, and the lies that followed. I remember the night it all fell apart, and the silence that swallowed everything after. I am not just a couch. I am the last witness to a story no one wants to tell, and I will carry it, every stain and every secret, until I am nothing but dust and memory. Sometimes I wonder if they ever think of me, if the memory of my scratchy fabric, or the way I creaked beneath their weight, ever sneaks up on them in the middle of the night. Maybe she remembers the way she used to hide her face in my cushions, muffling her laughter, or her sobs. Maybe he remembers the way he'd sprawl across me, shoes kicked off, eyes closed, pretending the world outside didn't exist. Or maybe they've both moved on, bought new furniture, started new lives, and left me behind with the ghosts. But I can't move on. I am rooted here, in this empty room, surrounded by echoes. Sometimes the silence is so thick, I almost believe I'm the only thing left alive in the house. I replay their story over and over, searching for the moment when everything changed. Was it the first time she came home late, or the first time he stopped waiting up? Was it the night of the fight, or was it long before, in the quiet spaces between words? I'll never know. I only know what I felt, what I absorbed, what I still carry. There's a kind of madness in remembering too much. I feel it in my springs, in the sag of my seat, in the stubborn stain that refuses to fade. I want to believe I was more than just a bystander, that I mattered, that I was part of their story, not just the backdrop. But the truth is, I was powerless. I could only watch as love curdled into resentment, as laughter turned to silence, as two people who once fit together so perfectly became strangers on opposite sides of the room. And now I am left with nothing but memories and stains, a monument to everything that was lost. One day, someone will haul me out to the curb, grumbling about the weight, cursing the stubborn stain that never quite came out. Maybe I'll end up in a thrift store, my secrets discounted, my scars hidden beneath a throw blanket. Maybe a new couple will drag me into their living room, laughing, full of hope, unaware of the history pressed deep into my seams. I want to warn them, to beg them to be gentle with each other, to cherish the small moments before they slip away. But I can't speak. I can only wait. And remember, if you ever sit on me, if you ever feel a chill or a shiver run through your spine, know that it's not just the draft. It's the weight of everything I've witnessed, the love and the loss, the laughter and the lies. I am the couch where it all fell apart. I am the graveyard of their promises, the silent witness to their undoing. And even as the world moves on, as new stories unfold and old ones are forgotten, I will remain, holding tight to every secret, every stain, every echo of what once was. Because some things, once absorbed, never truly leave.